Okay, so welcome back everyone. This is the first video for the second story in the vacation, the Shrimp of the House Vacation volume. This is part one, page six. Page six, right? Yep, page six. So it's the idea is where in Man Alone he finds size changer where Liz hid it in order to sort of have the size changer available in both stories. In this one, where I'm at right now, is Jackson finds another one discarded in the woods. Who knows why it's here, how it got here, whatever, but he finds one, and that's going to kick off the craziness in this story. Um, Also, to distinguish it from the shiny new one that Liz had at home, I've added sort of a grunge texture to the case and the buttons to make it look like it's been sitting out for a little while. Let's see. How about this one? Control C on that. Oops. This looks like some hubs. Shrinker. But it's different. Sort of a nod to the fact that we changed the model in the previous story. I think I had to go looking. Think, I think in Recall, I don't think I actually mentioned what would be different about how this one operates. I need a control C there. Um, but one of the things I had in mind, one of the things I wanted to sort of eliminate was the one at a time rule. The idea that if you use it multiple times, you can only restore the last change you made. So what I want to do is, so it's one of the things I want to do with the device, and I guess since I didn't mention it in the last story in Recall, it'll be happening. It'll come up here where the device, um, quote unquote, save the profile of each change it's made. Oops. It's gonna go there. So like I'll be seeing it in here where Jackson's gonna be playing with this thing quite a bit. So it's the difference will be with this device. You'll be able to sort of scroll through all the profiles it's created, select the one for the item you want to reset, and you know, and you can reset it without having to wait 2 days because you've deleted it, so to speak. Let's see. So it's the idea in this one will be that so I mean I don't think it's going to spoil anything because I'll be explaining it later in this part. It's the idea is that, as I'm sure you'll see, the actually, you know what? Let's delete the key on the hand. I'm going to delete this other bug. I was going to have him hold it the same way, but I think it might be better if it's just resting in his hand. So it's kind of the idea is, and you'll see it. Like I'd suggest reading the part before coming in and watching the videos. The idea will be that we got to scale you down to one. Will be the rest of the family here gets shrunk down, and Jackson isn't even aware of it, so he doesn't know what's going on. And then they're sitting there watching him play with the size changer, shrinking other things. So it'll sort of be an opportunity to explain that. Like, either David or Allison will sit there and panic, like, oh no, we're going to be stuck like this for 2 days till what is it, Monday. If this is supposed to be Saturday, I guess it doesn't have to be Saturday, but um, let's collapse Jackson. And then Liz will end up explaining that change with the size changer. It's the left hand, right? So, if you remember in Recall, when they're sitting there watching the horror movie, no, I'm not recycling the idea. It was the horror movie was supposed to be kind of was a little bit of a foreshadowing of this, even though this isn't going to go to horror. This isn't going to go quite to horror. Quite to that level. It's as you'll see here. Jackson isn't gonna quite make the ladybug that big, but it is gonna it is gonna end up being like a throwback to the movie that they were watching. The joke when Jackson was commenting on like the last time they were watching a horror movie and he couldn't sleep with the lights on. So now he's going to use the size changer to sort of turn the ladybug into a pet. And it's instead going to have the same effect where it freaks Aiden out because they watched the movie. So let's see. But it's as far as Aiden and the ladybug, it's not going to stay kind of that horror fear aspect. It's sort of like these two are going to be the lighter part of this story. For some reason, I just cannot get. Let's just delete the keys. I cannot get these to look right. There we go. And now I'm probably putting it back to what it was. Actually, I don't want the arm. You know what? I think it's. I don't know. Yeah, that's good, I guess. Let's grab this one. Control C. Just for now, I'm gonna set it up at the bottom. I kind of like to put it up here, so I'll wait until I have the picture to see if that works. Check, check. Ladybug I just found. Whoops. I gotta put two O's. Actually, I think this might work up in that corner. So it's one of the things now that I'm like actually starting to work on this part. It's I want this one to be a four-part story, and what just happened? Okay, so I want this to be a four-part so that with Alex's piece, it's six parts altogether, 150 page. But it's kind of I liked Man Alone was because of how fast it moved, and I'm afraid let's merge that one down. I'm getting afraid as I'm starting this one that this one's going to end up in the same. You know what? I don't want the ground that dark. Hold on. So, there's actually three here, right? It's not on surfaces. Okay. Okay, that works. So we'll render that one again and see what happens. So it's with this one, I'm kind of afraid it's going to be the same thing. That it gets fast moving and ends up being a lot shorter than I wanted. So what I'm going to have to remind myself is to sort of slow down the action a little bit, is to kind of resist that urge to make this one as fast a moving piece as the first one. And like I said, slow down the action with the family. I think I'm liking some of the ideas that are popping in my head as far as what Jack and Aiden are going to be doing with the oversized ladybug. So I'll have that to balance it out. Now let's see what the ground looks like. Oh, it's still too dark. Oh my god. Oh no, wait, it's this one right here. Hold on, okay. These just went out of order. So we'll save that one, close this one. Scale 34. Okay. And I'm still like right now, I'm still resisting what to kind of tell you, what to say in regards to what's coming up with the rest of the family. Because I really do want some of it to be a surprise. What I've got in store, I've got some. It's going to be a little different from what I've done so far. So I kind of do want it to be a bit of a surprise rather than spoiling it early. And since I don't know if it's going to pop up in this first part, I'm still hesitant to spoil. Hmm. You know what? I'll just take this box. Let's go Control C, edit, paste as, and then we'll rotate it. Hmm. Hmm. And then he's just gonna go, hmm. Hence why I'm going, hmm. Fold that. And I I think when I posted the second part of Man Alone, I mentioned that I was thinking about trying to integrate the two into one instead of making it two separate stories, making it one six-part story. And it's still in my head, but having started this one, I'm leaning towards not doing that, leaning towards leaving them separate, not merging them more and more. Because if I merge them, then I've got to plan it kind of here. Because this one's going to have sort of four cliffhangers for each of the four parts, but if I merge the two and make it six parts, then this one's going to have six of those like dramatic moments. Whereas, sort of, it's Man Alone had kind of a logical break, but like really, it's not such a strong uh, cliffhanger or whatever you want to split. It's not really so strong that it's going to stick out if I merge the two. Oh no, I want the hand. Oh, what am I? I grabbed the forearm to bend it. Actually, this is X, right? And then I think Aiden's too close. Okay, yeah, we gotta pull Aiden back a little bit. Just come on. Oops, I guess it didn't. Control C. So what I'm finding funny here, and this is a theme that's run throughout the series. Let me get this first. Put it down on Rocky. We're just playing with. There we go. See, one thing I find funny here that I've been sort of playing with throughout the series is that this part opened with these two fighting and annoying each other, and it carried over into the day. And yet, throughout this story, there's going to be this sort of they're going to end up hanging out with each other anyway, and it's like they're going to be friends anyway. And similarly, it was kind of funny going from page 3 to 4 is where Jackson didn't want to go on this particular hike, but he came anyway because he didn't want to babysit Aiden. And yet he's hanging out with Aiden anyway. Like he could have just stayed back at camp, done the same thing. Oops, let's go file open as layers. Let's center this a little better. And the funny, and like another funny aspect to this too, at least funny to me, it's like all throughout this series, Aiden always prefers Alex. Like if he's gonna like go hang out with anybody, if he's if he's gonna show his treasure to anybody, it's gonna be Alex. So here it is, like they're fighting, and it's he keeps clinging to Jackson the way he would have to Alex, the way he wouldn't have to Jackson in previous stories. Hey Jack, take a look at this bug, the ladybug I just found. Come look at this, that sort of thing. Instead of just keeping it to himself, wishing Alex was here. Now let's see. I might have to take Jackson out of this scene. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. What I'd like to do. Okay. Hope I was going to try and get an upshot of Ladybug. But you know what? Let's sort of cup the hand like he's trying to protect it. No, you're gonna kill it. You know what? Let's leave it 2 lines. You know, that fear that his brother is gonna destroy whatever he's happy with. He's found a bug he's fascinated with, and now his brother's gonna kill it. Oh, come on. There we go. Let's see. We've still got this thing, right? Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. So probably like I didn't really record that much in Man Alone, and I probably won't be recording that much here, or for this part of the story, because I just don't really have a lot to talk about, I guess. You know, I think with Man Alone, I kind of didn't really want to spoil a lot of this one, so at least through here, I'll be able to talk about what I want to do. But you know, in the last couple of stories, I've been sort of using these to sound out sort of future projects. And it's kind of right now because I'm busy with this one and another one, and they're like the two together are just taking up all my mental energy that I'm not really doing any sort of brainstorming. I'm not thinking much at all about what's coming next since we forgot to paste. I'm gonna put another. Right. So it's, I guess, toggling back and forth between sort of the mic with the shrinking stories and sort of the muscle growth stuff. You know, I guess the last muscle growth one I did was Burn Pit, and then you know I went on to Sister-in-Law, Shrimp of the House Recall, and now I'm doing this one, basically three shrink stories. And sort of while the other project, the other secret project I'm working on right now, well, that one, I will say is sort of fits, it falls in the muscle growth side of things. I am kind of itching to do another muscle growth story after these two before doing the next Shrimp of the House. What did you say? No, you're gonna kill it. Yeah, let's go with that. I am not. Put it on that rock or else. There, I was gonna have him say like, put it on that rock so I can show you anything, so I can show you something. But Jackson always has to be mean when he's nice, when he's trying to be nice. So instead of him explaining, I think I'm gonna turn it into the threat. Put it on that rock or else. That seems more Jackson. So I am sort of thinking, I am sort of thinking of the idea that was kind of coming to me. Was it in Recall or Sister-in-Law? I forget. Let's go scale 34. Um, about the teenager that gets it's sort of entered into a program. Layered image size where edit paste as new layer where he partakes in sort of a drug trial that increases his size and strength in exchange for participation in a sports program. So while his participate, while he won't have to pay for the drugs or the treatment or whatever, it's sort of they make the money through the sports program. With it being like a multi-year, with it being a very long-term multi-year story, it's like even after the trial is done, he sticks with the program. He loves the sport. He loves the other guys that he's with. What the heck? Foot, there we go. Urgh, God, stop that. Oh, let's zoom in on the hand. How about you? I guess you gotta come up. Hmm. Stop that. And then, well, it's not really. I don't really have any specifics because, like I said, I haven't really been putting much thought into brainstorming other projects lately. But while, like, sort of later in the story, it goes into this idea that he's happy with his life, but something's missing, and that something is girls. And then and then I'm looking at some sort of drama involving the three guys and the girls. Girls. Let's see. Let's see. He's got to say something stupid because he's a kid here. If you kill him, kill it, I'll hate you forever. Yeah, you know what? Let's drop the bot. There we go. Kill it, I'll hate you forever. Player scale 34. Okay, I think that works. So let's cut that. Okay, I'm gonna get this panel taken care of before fixing that box. Select invert and edit cut. Select none and then merge down. Control C, edit, paste this. Ah, what just happened? Oh, I see. Been doing this more and more lately too. Let's see. Edit, cut, select, edit, cut, select none. Edit, paste as new layer. Something like, speaking of pairing off, I think in addition to like putting these two together again, it's sort of like one parent pairing I don't really go heavy on that I'm going for here is sort of Allison with parents. So it's like she'll end up getting caught with them. Um, what do I do? File, save, image, file, export. So kind of stay tuned to see how that's going to play out. Where she's just kind of getting over that preteen angst, and something doesn't look right here. Whoops. Z. I think this is just in my head. Yep, it's just in my head. Let's pop these. So since I've already saved that, I don't need to fix that. But let's check out page 6. This looks like Mom's Shrinker, but it's different. Jack, Jack, look at the ladybug I just found. Put her down on that rock you were just playing with. No, you're gonna kill it. I am not. Put it on that rock or else. Grr, if you kill it, I'll hate you forever. So that's page 6. I hope that was entertaining, and I will see you next time.